We've got thumbs up for Rex with Protoss and championship trophy siddles. Thumbs down for Zerg with pylons and cannon emojis and GG emojis next to them from Haas. This is huge backstage banter between these two fantastic players. The bottom left from onside in the red, the Zerg. This is Rex.
Well, no poo emoji, so it is starting out a little bit more chill than some of the previous banters.
No, the next image did have poo emojis.
Oh, it did?
Haas
I missed that.
he spammed drone emojis with poo emojis next to them.
Well, we'll see if he can drop some of that on his opponent. Up here in the top right side, representing Prep Esports, it is Haas.
By the way,
Zerg is... Yep. Sorry.
No, you go. What I was going to say was basically a shitpost, so you can...
Me too, sorry. we stepped in each other's shit, man.
Yeah, we did. That's good luck. You step in poop without needing to. Like, if you purposely step in poop, it's not good luck, but if you do it by accident...
That's true, man. The accidental waffle stomp has been known to be a good luck maneuver and an omen of sorts. I was just going to say Zerg is the only faction that can actually has multiple ways to poo on their opponents. So there's overlords dropping creep. Did you know if it drops creep on an enemy building, the creep will actually spread over the graphic of that building as well. It has no actual effect other than aesthetic, but it looks funny when you drop creep on their base.
That Blizzard polish, man. The cheese spray behind the minerals, the GG spray next to the hatchery. Both these players continuing to get in each other's minds.
He's been big on the fake cannon rush, as Haas, but this time around, he's not really putting too much effort into it. Rex always has that drone down here.
All right, excellent. Yeah, Rex is... We talked about it last time Rex played But Always, and But Always kind of had that jank cannon rush in game one. Just that Rex is one of the hardest Zergs to cannon rush against because he's just seems to be so prepared for it every single ZVP.
Yeah.
Forge, though.
Oh, what? Oh, this is the classic. It's the Haas build. Okay, this is the one where he goes. He might go sentries. He might not. He's got a few variations, but he's going to go early 1-1 most likely. Sometimes he goes +2, but essentially he will go for. Usually it's a mortal charge lot with low gas style. Sometimes he changes it up and just keeps upgrading. But the thing is, like, you're going, what tech is it? What's he going to come out? Is it oracles? Is it glaives? And he's basically just very slowly and very early on improving his upgrades. Now, usually Haas will take a forward third with this rather than the defensive third, which is kind of standard for Protoss on this map anyway. And he's basically just going to march at you with like Zealots and Immortals and scare you and maybe recall home. And he's going to kind of roam around the map and try to get in a position where you feel so uncomfortable as the Zerg that you are just permanently behind him on workers. And very often this culminates in Haas 3 full bases on minerals, Prism in your main base, army at your third base, zealots everywhere. You're just getting overwhelmed. Too much. You can't deal with it. Force fields split your ravages. They all get killed by a mortal zealot. And you feel like you had never even had a fighting chance in the game. And this all comes down to the fact that most Zerg players go, what's he doing? What's he doing? And they freak out going, what's coming? But realistically, if they're investing in upgrades this early, it is a build that is not that scary. If you're super greedy here as Rex, you're in an amazing position. But he's already afraid, so he's building a Roach Horn defensively at the fastest timing of 3:30. I want to see Rex go up to at least 45 drones here.
Yeah. You don't want to under-drone too much because then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You can hold the Zealots, of course, but then you don't really have an economy to
good
work
surround.
with. Yeah, good surround. Adept dies, only getting 1 drone. That's a good hold for Rex so far. But yeah, where does he stop with the drones? Ooh, and the Dark Shrine as well on the backside here for Haas. So no Immortals, going to be Dark Templar brand Archons here, potentially, with the charge lots.
We might see DT blink. I know that sounds silly, but if you're skipping the Robo, you're doing charge lots. Your gas is going to go somewhere, and DT harass will be big in a messy situation. Now, Rex is building a spine, so he's stopped on 38 workers, and there's a third on the way. So he is going to be able to have plenty of units to defend these first Zealots. But hopefully he stops at about 8 Zealots and then chills out because he's already got so many Zerglings on the map. And the problem Rex does have versus Haas is over safety, right? In these early stages and then falling behind economically.
Now, seeing 4 Zealots next to a third Nexus is like not normal. So
no. And he holds the drone key down. This is exactly okay. Yeah, man. I was telling you, I was having a bit of a discussion with Rex the other day about how you can possibly fight cheesy Protoss players. And yeah, we're talking a lot about how it's very important to identify when you go back to droning. And that early round of drones, then a few more roaches, then a few more drones, the Overlord going through, I feel like Rex has a pretty good read on where he is in the game. If he just keeps mixing roaches and drones right now, he's pretty good.
Yep. A little bit of roach, a little bit of drone. Roach with a bit of drone salt on top. We got the Dark Shrine unscouted though, but plenty of roaches to handle the Zealots. Dark Templar are being warped in. Rex does have Spore Crawlers, obviously no lair though. So there is potential here for these DTs to get quite nasty.
Okay, so those DTs, yeah, definitely. There is a Spore in each base and a lair on the way. It's a very late lair. Rex, because he plays so safe, he likes to delay that tech. But because he scouted with that second Overlord, he's got Lings out of the map and so on. He's doing pretty good. His roaches should be close enough, and Lings. Oh, I think he spotted this.
Yeah, he's moving his position. Yeah, definitely moving his units in position to try and catch these units.
Okay.
He's trying to bring a Spore into the
around.
natural. No Spore in the natural, only in the main and the third, sort of the anti-Stargate setup.
That's a bit of a bummer. He will lose quite a few drones here, so 5 workers go down, but nice repositioning from him. And we'll be able to make an Overseer soon enough. 5 drones in total, and the DT will get in the main base. That's annoying. Very annoying. Haas getting so much damage with these DTs.
Yeah, no Spore in the main because he had to move it down there into the natural, so this DT's going to have free reign in the main. This is, yeah, quite brutal. Like 10 drones going down, also a ton of denied mining time. Just so brutal with these DTs.
Rex's work account is sick, though. Dude, he's handling it with poise right now. Such an annoying situation. It's the DT in the main. DT on the natural is still chasing him around. I mean, obviously, it's such a vast amount of mining time lost, though. This probably adds up to about, I want to say 1,600 minerals worth of damage, maybe with the 11 worker kills, maybe 2,000 plus. It's basically like he traded 2 DTs and APM for, like, 15, 20 roach kills there. So that is significant. The supply is not meant to be this close right now. Rex needs to do nothing but mass roaches, roach speed, ravages, and survive. It's a 4 gas style for Haas. So he's basically Zealot Archon all in. And he does have a Prism on the way. Remember, he can use Prisms to warp into the main base, and it's going to be really hard to defend 2 areas at once.
I think on paper, as far as tech and unit numbers and unit type is concerned, Rex is super prepared. But it comes down to execution. The Prism can always be an X factor, a variable in something like this.
And he is outnumbered right now. I mean, the supply is pretty bad. Tech is great. I agree with that. The Banelings for the Zealots is huge. He doesn't need to defend this 4th base, though. That's not important. Just more Banelings, more Roaches is all Rex needs. And if he gets those Banelings in the middle of the Zealots, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, wants him to be deep on creep there, so the Banelings have the best chance to connect.
Good speed. Cancel.
Oh, going to get that cannon.
Nice. And okay. Haas sees the Banelings. He's going to try and absorb those with the Archons. The Roaches need to get up here. Rex with a bit of miss micro.
Yeah,
his Roaches were all off to the left side. This is what I was saying with the supply. You need a lot more Roaches and Ravages. He does have more Lings, Banes, Ravages coming in, though. The supply is very close, but Haas is ahead on that supply count. And we are going to see exactly how it goes. And Archon falls there. Roaches, Ravages, and Queens coming on forward. Biles dropping across. Drones are fighting down there in the mineral line. 13 more Roaches popping out. Rex might just barely have the numbers to hold on, but one more warp in could be deadly for Rex.
Absolutely. He needs to stop this Prism from being in warp mode here. The Spore Crawler burrows to force it back, but it does warp in a reinforcement. 5 more Zealots joining in. Rex pulling more drones. He's lost 16 so far. We're going to lose a few more here as the Zealots come crashing into that wall of Zerg. Rex will hold. Finds himself down 15 workers, though.
Yeah, and with no 4th hatchery, and this is back to the classic position Rex finds himself in. He's able to survive every wave of Haas, but falling behind. And I think he actually was ahead this game, but the DTs caught him off guard because he was behind on the tech, of course, the detection. And just such a random DT timing to be coming in, but it found the weak spot. Now Haas takes a 4th. He's adding more Immortals and Archons, so he's actually making a more durable composition, and he's got 1/1 upgrades. Remember that early Forge, +1/1, and now with +2 on the way. These sort of attacks are normally 0/0, yet these units are way better than normal because of that early Forge. Rex right now just trying to recover. The thing is, Haas has all the comfort in the world. He can take a 4th, a 5th. He does not need to keep attacking. Rex needs to drone and take a 4th base right now, but that's going to expose himself up to more vulnerability.
Yeah, this is the conundrum of the Zerg right now. All your production is in one spot, and you've only got so much lava. How much towards drones? How much towards units? And he just really doesn't have all the information he needs. This Overseer will definitely help, though. Got to fly through. Hopefully get a good look at the army, maybe with a changeling or a flyover.
Okay, that's going to be a cancel, potentially, if he does see that, but now we'll see exactly what goes on. I'm surprised that there's no Disruptor tech or anything. Do you think he just goes Blink attack with Immortal Archon? Blink might just be partially just in case there's Mutas that come out, right? You get that tech anyway, you still make mostly Zealots. 4 Immortals, 4 Archons, that's pretty huge, dude.
Yeah, Roach and Ling's going to have a tough time with that one. Roach, Ravager, Ling, Bane even going to have a tough time with that one.
Oh, Baneling run by with slow Banes. I don't think that's going to do much. Prism in the main. Oh, we talked about this earlier. Army on the third, Prism in the main. It's the classic Haas maneuver. He's just going to warp in on the low ground and hit the natural. That's totally fine with him. This is a big attack. Rex is outnumbered by 14 army supply right now. Lingbane Ravager doesn't quite have the upgrades. This is so hard for the Zerg to defend.
Yeah, being outnumbered in army supply is pretty bad when all your army is tier 1 here from the Zerg with some tier 2 units thrown in for style. You see that Haas is starting to crash through, already killing the first wave of Banelings. Drones dying in the main base as the Zealots get in there. The Prism just set up right on top of the hatchery. The Natural even in trouble. One Archon going to go down here for Haas. He did lose his front line of charge lots over here at the third base, but he is shredding the defenses of Rex, and he will take game 1.
GG. Haas with a very nice classic build. The old just sneak the forge in the back of the base and let you worry for days about what's happening. I'm just chilling, getting upgrades, getting a quick third, and this build is just so annoying to play against because you're like, what are you going for? And he's like, it's just kind of slow macro into a big Zealot Archon attack, but it's going to come much later than you expect. You're building spores and spines way before you need it, and even though you built safety spore crawlers, didn't have one in the natural, and that cost you.
Certainly did cost him that map, but it hasn't cost him the series just yet. Guys, when we return, Haas versus Rex, game number 2. Don't go away. We'll see you then. G'day StarCraft fans and welcome back to the Taiwanese, Hong Kong, Japan, Macau main event here for the DreamHack Masters Summer Season, Valencia Season 2022/2023 season. I am Maynard and with me is Pig and you are watching Haas versus Rex.
Indeed you are. Rex is of course a powerful Zerg. And I think everything was going perfect that game. He had a good read, he played safe, defended the Zealot poke, scouted with the Overlord, confirmed the build, but he didn't see the DT Shrine. And Haas, it's the details that matter. That DT Shrine was hidden in his natural. It could not be easily scouted. And in the end, that came in, and DTs did a ridiculous amount of damage. The lair was, of course, very late. Something that did get taken advantage of there. It was kind of the one thing that was missing. It was the one adjustment, I guess, that was made in order to make sure that he was actually, safe against the early potential attacks from Haas while he scouted things out. And Maynard, you are staring at chat with an intensity. Did you just read some dumb comments?
No, I'm trying to help people out with why do ads exist.
Oh, okay.
It's an unfortunate reality of the world, unfortunately.
Well, I'll take this intro while you help sort that one out.
You go for it. I'm helping you out, Chad.
It's all good. Up here in the top left side of the map, representing Prep Esports, the Blue Protoss. This is Haas. Some epic music for an epic man who's already moving out towards his opponent's gold base. And in the bottom right side, going for what appears to be a 13 gas 12 pool or something of that nature, this is Rex.
Oh yeah, keeping things spicy here for Rex. I like that he's getting wild, you know?
Yeah.
Let's cheese the cheeser. Good boy, Rex.
And he could pull off after Ling Speed and just go take a gold base himself, but Haas is scouting super duper early, and this is very wise. Remember, this is Haas's map pick, and he kind of wants to bait Rex into overcommitting to something. For Haas, it's all about, he vibes in the flexible nature of the matchup, and he wants to catch Rex uncomfortable in this situation. Sees the, he sees the Ling Speed on the way. Now, do you put back on gas and actually go completely all in here? I feel like something that could work versus Haas, it shouldn't, but it could, is doing a straight up Ravager Ling all in from here. It's going to be very hard for Haas to scout what's coming in the follow up. Now he goes Cybercore into Nexus here. A very greedy build from Haas. Hasn't even started the Zealot. Oh, is he going to full wall this?
Well, if he does, then Rex is going to be a little concerned.
You can't go Adept first, can you? I mean, it's a big map, but can you really get away against a 13-12 with a bloody no unit? Oh my god, this is so greedy, but it might be perfectly calculated. Is Haas getting too greedy for his own good? That gateway is going to fall pretty quickly, man.
Yeah, that's not very high hit points here.
Oh, man. Oh, Haas, I think you've been a bit too greedy, mate. Ooh, cancel. But he gets another pylon up. He gets the money. Oh, my god. The Adept will pop out in time. He's going to get, obviously, this one pylon should go down if he wants to commit to it, which I think he should. But the Adept will clean this all up, and a second Adept is on the way as the pylon gets taken down. The other pylon finishes, and he rewalls as well. Greedy Haas getting away with it.
Certainly is. Probe's now ready to block that pylon there. They're on hold position to stop the Lynx from getting in.
Or is he? Or is he getting away with it? Oh my god.
The Lings are in. They're finally in. They're looking for that Adept. Good probe micro with the Adept, though.
Oh, and Rex built some more Zerglings here, so he was not droning behind this, and he also doesn't have the gold base. It's 2 base versus 2 base. Haas on 16 workers. Rex gets in with some Lings, but only 3, 4 get in. Okay, 3 get in and survive. Now, they can't do that much. He's got to be careful. Probes can kill those since they are low on hit points, but he's got some more Lings coming across the map. It feels like Rex wants to go all in, but he's got to make up his mind. He either needs to hold down the drone key or put back on gas and Bane Bust. It's one or the other, and he needs to make the decision right now. It seems like he's continuing to rally Zerglings. I don't think that's a game-winning move here for Rex.
Well, he goes for the sentry, but it feels like a little indecisive. And by the time he does it, the sentry just drops the force field anyway, like it always was going to.
Yeah, battery overcharge is also able to come up at any point when he has 50 energy on those next side.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Rex took way too long to make this decision. And, Rex, he's been saying as well that sometimes he feels like, he's made so many mistakes versus Haas. When he gets an advantage, he always is over eager to use that advantage. And he knows that's his weakness. But once again, he does fall into it here. So 5 more drones are on the way. It's definitely a recoverable spot. He did a lot of damage. Warp Gate wasn't making. No Twilight, no Stargate. Haas economy took a big hit. Rex, if he can get a quick enough third up, he definitely can bounce back from here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is doable, but I would say that advantage Haas at this point. It wasn't free for Haas to hold. Like, all you can see and sometimes focus on is the fact that Rex went for a big Ling attack and it failed. But it did cost Haas a lot in structures, not only just killed, but canceled as well to get that defense sorted.
There is a queen in Rex's main, right? I'm sure he should have one by now, but he was on such a budget start of the game that I'm just like, because he was rallying Zerglings off 14 drones, right? On one queen. I think he built a second queen in the main during the rush, right? While he was kind of rallying them in, but it was a pretty massive commitment. It was not some small commitment. Now, obviously the Ling's got to be kind of careful. Hallucination's going to scout. He sees, okay, nothing to really worry about. No lair, no bane nest. DT Shrine drops down. Haas. Wow. The random DTs that did so well in that last game might actually just be a piece of his game plan. And I mean, he sees the lair is so late. Rex has consistently been taking a late lair in an effort to stay safe versus the ground pushes. That does come with a downside.
Now the Overlord is on the way here to the Dark Shrine, but it will not see it. Easy deflection on that Overlord vision for Haas with the tickle beams and the Stalker coming in to assist. Oh man, yeah, this is a really great call. Like you said, it's not like he's playing Mio Micah here. This is a Zerg that gets that much later lair, and especially this game, he's got to worry about his economy right now. He's not thinking about tier 2 tech. He's thinking about drones. He's thinking about roaches for the early game. He's thinking about more queens.
Especially when you see sentries. DTs are the last thing on your mind. Probe is getting escorted out right now because he wants to try and get a warp in point on the map. Maybe take the gold base at the same time. Oh my god, yeah. He's going to take the gold and use that as a warp in point for the DTs. So he's like, oh, I'm taking the gold. Look. And the thing is, Rex is building a spine right now. He has no idea that this is a Dark Shrine. He's building 10 roaches, 3 queens. Rex is down on workers. A very familiar situation in this matchup versus Haas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Haas is so good at this matchup, man. And he's got such a good record against Rex for a good reason. Seems to be able to play this kid pretty handily, go toe-to-toe with him no matter what he chooses to do. And Rex has been pretty wild in a few of these games. Forge does go down for Haas. Rex, again, on his side of the map. He's no lair. It's just roaches,
no lair,
lings,
no
spores. So the DTs might just be the kill move.
No, it absolutely is, Maynard. We normally don't see this as much versus Zerg, but if you don't have a lair, the DT swipes happen, there's no response, and Rex has to tap out. There's nothing he can do there. Those DTs were going to do crippling damage.
That I liked that he went for the strategy of cheese the cheeser. But it really is Haas's wheelhouse, It's his circus that you're trying to trapeze into.
Well, you know what's funny is there was no scouting there for Haas after that. So if he doubled down and went for a Baneling bust, there was 2 sentries, sure, but there was no real damage output for Haas. He hit at 3 gateways. Maybe, just maybe, that could have worked. And that's always the thing in hindsight is 2020. I do think if Rex droned up just a little earlier, he could have actually had a head start in that situation. And definitely it's tough, but feeling like he was behind, had to skip that lair, and that is a habit of his. So nice. I mean, really creative response, by the way, from Haas. You could only do this on a map with such a long rush distance.
Yeah, absolutely. The expert hold here is just honestly something I'm always envious of. The desperation walls, making the right decisions in the heat of the moment within milliseconds to just hold against something that's such an extreme early game investment from the Zerg.
Yeah. And then getting in here, but the thing is, with the battery there, the probes being pulled, the probes used as combat units, and Haas both up 10 workers and sliding in with the Dark Templar, a lovely way to finish it off. You can see he was a little stressed from that game. You can see him kind of go from the gamer hunch to the breathing and sitting up straight. But yeah, man, Haas, he's got that next level understanding of how to just pull everyone apart. And I remember, I'll never forget that 2018 Valencia where he did make it to the finals because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's Haas, whatever, man. Like, what's he gonna do? The same thing every game or same silly build, and people kept dying to all these different variations of like Immortal Charge Lot and all this sort of stuff, and Cannon Rushes and Mass Oracle.
Apart from the grand final, that's the thing I remember the most from Valencia was Haas just going through the playoff bracket. And every time he was at a best of 5 against someone, that person would usually come to the back room because they, most of the casters would be friends with a lot of the pro gamers and at least acquaintances at worst with a lot of the pro gamers, and they'd be in the back room just hanging out and chatting about the fact that they got to play Haas, and they'd be like, so what do you think about Haas? And they're like, come on, it's Haas. I'll be fine. And then, you know, it's Showtime in the semis. Showtime's like, it's Haas. I'll be all right. You know, don't worry about me, guys. Don't worry about me, boys. Demauer, you know, I'll wall this guy. He's not going to hurt me. Nothing. And then I remember Showtime's face still to this day. It's burned into my brain 4 years later with Haas defeated him. And Showtime's just like shaking his head and smiling. He's just like, all right, well, you know, what else can you do but smile?
Game 5 of a best of 5, 2 adepts that you don't manage to get the pylon in your wall off in time on Dreamcatcher. It was the most depressing way for a best of 5 to be lost ever by one of the favorites for the whole tournament. But that's what this man does to people. He hides these little details and then he micros you out of the game. In the top right, representing Prep Esports, it is the indomitable Haas.
And in the bottom left, he's being dominable so far, but hopefully he can get into his Tyrannosaurus mode and take this dude out in the next 3 games in a row. This is Onside's Rex.
Ooh, oh my god, Rex did say, and I've said it many times, his least favorite unit in the game is the cannon.
Not a unit.
Thank you for the 37th time in this tournament for you saying that, Maynard. It's good to have Twitch chat and Fear Dragon with me.
Look, Pig, I'm wearing my glasses right now. It's impossible for me to not actually something when I know the truth.
Well, here we go. Cannon Rush coming down. Pylon 1, Pylon 2, Pylon 3, and Pylon 4. Now, of course, he wants to cancel some of those, but not until they've done their job of walling it up. And Rex has said, look, there's only one way to handle this. You got to cancel it. You have to cancel the hatchery and build elsewhere. But the thing is, that's all that Haas is looking for. He's already going up to 20 probes. He's probing behind this. This is like the bare minimum Cannon Rush commitment of all time. And Haas knew he wasn't going to pull more drones. Knew he was going to cancel it, and this is where Haas is ahead in the mental game because he knows Rex responds to things, and Haas really is the sheep. Is the sheepdog in this scenario, and Rex is the sheep.
Ooh, dropping that Roach Warren very early here.
He has to just to get out of the base.
Just to get out of the main base. Yeah.
Basically, he's like, oh, the second gas is interesting though. His Overlord should have vision over the natural of Haas. That's a lot of commitment down here. Makes it look like Haas kind of wants to build a robo there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Haas has to make a choice here. Okay, he's going to cannon in the 3rd location. All right,
so he just says, hey, these cannons keep you pinned in. You can't come down. I get to cannon this base as well. And it's just, I'm getting my gas up. I'm getting a Stalker out. I got a Zealot walking over here. Rex getting pinned back on one base. And then Haas can just comfortably go Stargate Expand versus a 1-base Roach player. Oh, it doesn't get better than that for a Protoss.
God, I feel so bad for Rex, man. This is breaking my little heart.
Yeah, well, the pylon wall on this map especially is particularly hard to deal with because there's no area to go around the left side of that mineral line. So it's just 4 pylons, and they're so far from the drone pool. He's going Lair. He knows he needs to Nidus out. This is so hard to deal with, and Haas moves down. He's ready to take a Nexus. He's thinking about a Stargate behind it as well. Ravages will very slowly break out, but it's going to take so long, and it's a massive advantage for Haas.
Yeah, and I love the Stargate in the backside as well. It's just like he's thinking about what can happen next, what could possibly go wrong, and how do I stop that from happening while I've got this pressure on him in this really heavily advantageous position. What can I lose to? And we're kind of looking at the trickle of it right now. A little bit of Ravages.
Yeah.
Getting a Void Ray out that shuts that down real hard.
Got to stop and break this out and re-expand. Does Rex right now. He's building some more Zerglings. He's trying to deal with these pylons. That cannon is still there. A very real problem. Nidus Worm does go down behind this. Has he got a second queen up yet? I know he's got 1 queen out. He's building a second one. I guess if he can bring drones, he could build spores as well to deal with a Void Ray. There is an option. The problem is he's only got 1 spotting Overlord, so he has to do it in the natural.
The Oracle is actually on the way here for Haas. Your Ravages cleaning up the last remnants of the Protoss here in the natural. Drone moves down and take a natural hatchery finally at the 4.5 minute mark. He does have the Nidus, and it looks like the Overlord is in position for the natural, but I think he wants the main base here, so the Overlord is on the way there.
I think he's got to do it as quickly as possible, though, so he has to just throw it in the natural right now. He's got to go. He has to go. The Stalkers and the Zealots are on the wrong side of the map.
way.
Oracle's on the wrong side of the map as well. That Nidus Worm's going to go down any moment now. It's go time. Slow Zerglings, 3 Ravages. He starts up link speed only now. Oh my god, that's really bad.
And he's going to lose this Overlord as well. Not a ton of supply to work with right now for Rex. Not until the hatchery finishes.
Yeah, Haas takes out a few links. Damages a Ravager there as well. The Queen does lose. 1 Queen does lose to an Oracle. 2 Queens might be able to do it. The Stalkers are like, hey, best defense is a good offense. My name is Haas.
Oracle goes down. Another one about to pop back at home. The natural Nexus obviously being nibbled to
depower,
death there.
depower. Don't go for the Nexus. He's got to depower that. Oh, the Oracle's going to get out. No, it's not. He gets it. Rex! That's all the production. That's all the production. Rex is still in this, Maney.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. This has actually turned from a pretty rough start to potentially the game that Rex wins here. He's not looked better in the series until right now, oddly enough.
Slow Zerglings! Unfortunately, battery is there, but no overcharge. He doesn't have energy for overcharge. There's only 1 Ravager, though. I mean, yeah, what can you do? The probes alone beat this army, but now as the Ravagers and Queens come up, that's where he could definitely do very well. Droning behind it, he's got 2 hatcheries up. I mean, if he can kill all this production, that's actually huge. So yeah, this is not a bad way to play. And link speed's about to finish! Surround incoming, Maynard!
Here we go! He's going to stop these Stalkers from getting by the shield battery. No, he does not. The link speed just kicks in now. But I'm with you, Pig. Like, even if he slows this down and just kills the wall, he's in a pretty good spot. Speaking of the wall, this one is denied. Haas tried to get the wall up there with triple pylon while the Zerg is on the downside.
Oh, the Ravagers are pulling back. He doesn't want to lose that Reddit point Ravager, but Haas is going to get it. He's a hungry boy. The Zergling's getting back inside the Nidus Worm, droning behind this. Rex trying to get more damage. He's got creep here as well. Dude, if he can get rid of that Stargate, it would be huge because that means there's no detection, no way to re-expand. Rex, he's getting the surround. You can't leave.
You can't leave. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Dude, he gets all the Stalkers. Stalkers in the main. Oracle on the way as well. Stargate does go down in the natural. Creep is kind of spreading there. Ravages and Lings. Oh, I really wanted to kill that Stargate, man. It's just obviously isn't a good spot. Haas, is he going to counter roll in? What is this?
2 Adepts.
He's got pylons out there as well. He's still got the pylon and the cannon and the battery at the third.
Bases.
And he's going 1 base gateway all in. But
right.
Ling Ravager's on the way, so I don't think there is any way. I think Rex has this one in the bag. He's keeping himself alive. He's fighting back, Maynard.
He certainly is. Yeah, Rex is on the precipice here. He's got to start that Overlord. Yep, on the way now. But he's plenty of units back at home for the Zerg. And these Stalkers, good old all in here from Haas. Lots of speedlings with the Roach Ravager on the river and a couple Queens to assist as well.
Gets 1 Stalker. He's got to be careful, though. If another warp in comes, maybe... yeah, I mean, Haas, if he can regen those shields, that's a lot of Zerglings for just 1 Stalker. So you do have to be a little careful with these trades. The more Ravagers you get, the more you can just jump on them and punish them down, right? Because the Ravagers have such mobility, range, and all the rest. Rex, of course, is only... Oh, where did those...
What?
Lings come out of the Nidus, and they find the 3rd base is being taken by Haas. Oh my god, how is that Nidus still alive? That is madness.
That's a surprise. I mean, Haas has been warping in units on the other side of the map, not at home, I guess. Not since the initial attack.
Sentries up there coming down now. All right, I do think Rex can just counter across the map. He should get rid of the other pylon first, though. There's no reason why you should be leaving a proxy on your side of the map when you've got a pack of Ravagers. So Rex can take a 3rd. He can drone up, but he can also counter pressure and go and kill that 3rd base for sure. So he should definitely be getting over there.
Yeah, I'm just going to dial down the static. I was going to say static defense, but let's be real. It's static offense. And Haas has to try and get rid of this creep tumors and repower that natural. Finally has an observer on the way.
Not the best biomicro from Rex today.
Yeah, that's... He's like, those things just keep moving. It's like when it's like when the guy drives his car into a light pole and he's like, that came out of nowhere.
Yep. Cleans up the creep, does Haas here. He still hasn't been able to depower any of that tech, so it's just gateways. Unupgraded gateway units is all he's got. Rex is making an Evo. He's droning up. I would still love to see those Ravagers poking this 3rd base. I mean, Haas cannot defend Ravagers. Right now, the Ravager is like the supreme late game unit compared to just Stalker Sentry, because he can do that. Runlings in the main. I mean, Haas can't defend that, dude. He will get hammered if Rex does it. So there's no reason for Rex to be sitting at home right now. On the other hand, play devil's advocate, Rex is way ahead. He's going Baneling Nest, melee, drone. So he is getting himself further ahead. And unless Haas gets the magic disruptor shot, you know, he drops the magic ball of all balls, he's going to be just severely outnumbered.
I'm with you on that one. Natural finally getting taken there for Haas. He had to expand out there in the third base location. Prism done now. Going to wait for the Robobay to finish up. Or actually, he could go and do something with the Prism now. Just like to be annoying with a few gateway units, but it is Disruptor time, baby. Let's get those balls out.
Bane speed, Roach speed, +1 melee, 5 more drones on the way for Rex. Disruptor sentry count coming up for Haas. He gets that third base up. Haas is all about force fields. Disruptor Stalker's pretty damn basic army and feels pretty redundant versus Ravager Baneling, especially if Rex does something like gets Overlord speed, does some Baneling drops. Like, that sort of flexibility, there is no way you can handle. Just Roach speed and Bane speed seems like it'll be nearly impossible to handle. But yeah, there's this aura around Haas. He's got a crazy win rate in this matchup, so I'm entertaining the idea of Rex panicking and clumping up his units a bit too much into a Disruptor shot.
Ling counterattack here, deflected at the natural third, also with the shield battery and a couple units there, gonna be deflected. Okay, here comes the Disruptor. Oh, that's a lot of units. Can Haas get a Disruptor Nova from behind the rocks?
Oh my god, just run. Yep, just run. There's no need to play with that, right? As Rex, it's like, if he comes in deep, sure, just A move on it, it'll be fine, you'll kill it before it shoots.
Oh, we might be able to disrupt these Banelings.
Oh yeah, that could be very nice.
Heck yeah, dude.
Just catch him with the Stalkers even.
Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
What a legend. All right. And here comes the re-Stalker rather the warp in here so the Stalkers can culminate their attack at the fourth hatchery.
Ling run by is blocked by Haas.
Oh!
Okay, where's the rest of the army? It's just a handful of Ravages, but oh my god, it might be enough actually. The rest of the army is way behind here for Rex, but like 8 Ravages is enough to kill Haas's entire army. Rex is back in it. He gets a point on the board, and honestly, impressive because he had to punch his way out of a goddamned forge gilded, cannon gilded funeral coffin to get out of that one. That was a very succinct sentence. That's
right. Yeah, you are the sentence master, Pig. That dude. Great to see Rex get a point on the board here. Would have been heartbreaking to have a 3-0 because we'd be heading to a pretty fast broadcast if Nice and Haas potentially didn't deliver and Haas won that last map. And we know that you know, Rex is a fantastic player and can defeat Haas in a series. It's very, very hard. It's been a long time since he's done it in a best of 5, but it is doable. And I think that Rex absolutely has the skill to pay the bills. A very dirty, messy, scungy game there on 2000 Atmospheres, but Haas will always make you play that kind of game. It's just great to see Rex come out of there, you know, pin him with the 1-2-3 in that mud battle.
Yeah, you don't feel good when you start Ling Speed as Unitas is popping up in their base and most of your army is slow Zerglings, 2 Queens and 2 Ravagers, but by golly, he made it work, didn't he? He killed the Oracle, defended at home, got units out on the other side, depowered all of that production, and Haas just got overrun there. I think Haas thinking, hey, I've cancelled a hatch, I've killed a hatchery. Didn't expect a Nidus quite that early, but Rex was very quick, very flexible, went from one move to the next, and yeah, he kind of got shepherded into a corner, and it turns out the sheep, it was one of those crazy New Zealand sheep. It's a zombie sheep. It bites you, man. It's savage.
That's right. I saw that movie too. Guys, we're going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to see Haas versus Rex. Game 4. Don't go away. We'll see you then. G'day StarCraft fans, and welcome back to the Taiwanese main event here for the DreamHack Masters Valencia summer season. Nearly forgot the tournament full name there, but we got there. And we've got Haas versus Rex coming in. Cannot forget that. Never forget about Haas, never forget about Rex. Haas still a match point, but Rex fighting back in game 3. You're muted.
Sorry, the builder of cannons built his cannons there, Maynard, in that last game. He built them well. He cancelled a natural. He killed a third. And yet, despite all of that, his Stalkers and Zealots coming across the map, he did not find himself in the position he needed to be. He got Nidus Wormed Rex with a clutch comeback. Sometimes it's not even having a strong counterattack. It's just, you know, it's not about the power, it's about the timing and the placement of it. And 2 Ravagers and 14 slow Zerglings doesn't normally kill a Protoss player, but when all their Stalkers are in your base, and an Oracle's in your base, and you're defending him there, depowering their production at the same time, it can do it. This man, though, picked this map. He likes it because it's a short rush distance. He can abuse adepts. He can push hard with his robo timings. He did Charge-Lot Disruptor last time on it. Let's see what he does this time. In the bottom right, representing Prep, it is Haas. Gas first, no scout. Beautiful build for Haas, very greedy.
And in the top left from onside, the Zerg player showing us that it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean. This is Rex.
Rex gets away with that hatch first, and he goes, oh, cool, he didn't block my base. But you got to remember, usually with a guy like Haas, if he doesn't block your base, you know he's done a very greedy build. He's probably not scouting at all. And that is indeed the case right here. Rex, of course, looking around his natural right now with his Overlord. It's kind of funny. I love being able to see the player's camera on the minimap because I kept seeing him check that Overlord. And he's like, is there a probe coming in? Is there a probe? He's going to do it again. There is real trauma when you play against Haas.
Yeah. Some HTSD, Haas traumatic stress disorder.
Cannons, Oracles, Void Rays, and of course always the backdoor Warp Prism surprise filled with Zealots.
Yeesh. Gotta crawl up my skin just thinking about it.
It's nasty. Nasty.
Nasty pasty. All right, so
I think maybe Stalker first for Haas, but obviously lots of options. The question is Twilight or Robo. We've already said there's very unlikely he goes Stargate here, just because of the fact that it's such a small map and Rex will Queen Walk to punish him. So Stalker to deny scouting, Robo in the back. This looks like the same sort of Disruptor drop opening he did last time. Now, one thing is Rex played super safe last time. Haas might go Omega Brain, say Rex will be greedier this time around. And I can actually get him with like a 6 gate or something. Maybe. He could do something like that. Chrono Prism, 6 gateways, just go completely all in. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. Rex tends to play overly safe though. So if he's expecting Rex to play the same, he could do just do a Disruptor drop into a third base is another way to play it.
Now, last time they played this map, it was the Disruptor Charge-Lot game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's fresh in both their minds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Something that Rex will no doubt be still stinging from, as it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple days back. Link's coming across the map now to have a look and see what's happening in Haasville. We'll not be able to scout the Robo. We'll not be able to glean that information and react accordingly. There's the Robo Bay. Is almost certainly going for Disruptor drop here. Outside chance, Colossus drop.
Oh, Link Flood Maynard. Robo doesn't help versus that. Oh, he's even got the drones. Oh, the Adept might see it though. The Shade might see Zerglings coming. And does Haas wall off in time? Haas has to pull a probe right now. Oh, can he get the wall off? He's gonna get it, Maynard. The wall off's up.
All right, well, it's all up to the Lings and these drones. Rex is all in AF.
Okay, he's got to micro the drones. Yep, notice how he's drilling the drones and getting them all to attack at once. The Cybercore cannot be allowed to finish. The drones are blocking that Cybercore from letting the Zerglings attack right now. Nice micro from Rex. He will take down the Cybercore. There's very little DPS behind this. Cybercore is down.
Yeah, very nice trick with the drones there. They're heading back, letting the Lings do their thing. Now that Warp Gate has been denied, Haas spamming shield batteries. Another Cybercore behind the lines as well. Just trying to get as many hit points into this wall as possible. Try and get up to a depth if he can possibly get there. Making anything here for Haas just to stop the Lings from ripping his throat out.
There's a hole in the bottom side, but there is a probe waiting there. Can he wall that off on the bottom? I think the units might be able to get into the main. Yeah, he can get into the main once that gateway goes down.
Right there, yep.
Oh, but the battery overcharge. Okay, he's got to keep splitting his attacks. The battery can't heal everything at once, man. Okay, it's open. The floodgates are open.
And
Oh, he misses the force field.
Misplaced force field. Oh, no. Uncharacteristic mistake there from the guy who is so good at holding early aggression.
Oh, look at that. The Ling's at the front, focus on the gateway. The other ones are focusing down the Nexus. It is gone. Forced into the open to fight this. And Rex is like, sure, let's go. Ling's versus probes. I'll take that fight any day, bro. Haas tried to do some cute micro, but there's just nothing to tank.
Oh, man. And there's the GG. Rex.
Nasty.
We're going to game 5. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit of magic, big little bit of magic. I'm feeling that spice.
Oh my god. The comeback, dude, from a one-sided terrible series for Rex to a, hey, I can smack you down as well. And I mean, I gotta say, man, not a lot of long back and forth macro games, but that is the way. If it's not Haas versus Nice, we don't get that. Haas versus Nice, we get some of them. But Rex, he's definitely capable of it, but he says, look, you're such a cheeky bastard. You're either exceptionally all in or exceptionally greedy. Turns out he catches the exceptional greed 2 games in a row. Even though Haas spotted it and got the wall off up, the way he stacks those drones, of course, for those who don't know, it's called mineral stacking. If you click on the minerals, they lose their collision size. You stack them up, give them a quick attack command, and then they all attack at once from the exact same spot. So 7 drones attacking as one. Fancy micro, does allow him to break the wall a little earlier. And yeah, no space to re-wall on that bottom left side. He couldn't fit a pylon in there or anything. So he actually probably should have canceled that cybercore and built a few pylons or something instead.
This force field hurts my brain. Oh, I'm so sorry, Haas.
Yeah, that was a nasty one, man. Even if he got that force field up, it would have been hard because remember he had no cybercore, no immortal building. He couldn't build anything but zealots out of the gateways. So all he had was a stalker and a sentry doing damage from behind the wall. And that's not a lot of damage output. Like, you're killing a few zerglings a minute and there is an endless flood of them.
I'm going to call it early that someone's watching this game going, oh my god, you should just kill the main Nexus. Stop worrying about the probes. Kill the main Nexus. Like, you would rather kill the main Nexus than 20 probes. Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
right.
I think he answers it the old El Paso way, you know, why not both?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, he does get both because that was Haas's last stand. He was checkmated. He was in the corner. There was no choice. It was a catch-22 for the Protoss at that point.
Exactly. Very nice to see this go to game 5. What a turnaround. I was actually getting a nasty feeling we were going to have another speedrun Taiwan day, but, you know, it's turning around. The games are quick, but at least we're getting full 5 games.
I was going to say, you were afraid of a speedrun. I'm like, this series is pretty fast, man.
Hey, it's 5 games. It's 5 very quick games, but it's still 5 games.
I'm so keen, dude. I'm feeling it. I can't believe Rex has won the last 2 maps in a row against this absolute monster.
Yeah.
I know that Haas doesn't really tilt, though, so, you know, he's as scary here in Game 5 and Glittering Ashes as I think he would be in Game 1. In the top right for Prep Esports, still on match point, this is Haas.
And in the bottom left of Glittering Ashes, the map that was left to the end, no one wanted to pick it. Let's see what he can do on the big boy map. It's Onside Gaming's Rex.
Is it just because they're haters of the larger map, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, Haas doesn't want the large rush distance, and I think Rex is just a bit afraid of all the proxies and variability. Rex has a big problem with mobility. Because he's so afraid of Haas, he always goes so Roach Queen focused, so he struggles to keep up with him. Also, there's a good cannon spot on the right side of this, behind the gas guys are on the right. There is a dirty cannon spot over there. I think it's a 3 or 4 pylon wall off.
And Haas is getting a forge. So.
Yeah. It's pull first, though, so I don't know how it lines up. The problem for Rex is he doesn't, because his Overlord's going to see the probe coming in from a weird angle. Oh, is it? Oh my god, I think he's gonna miss it. Oh no, Rex. Okay, he sees it. Pull the boys. Pull him now. Pull him.
Lose him now.
Uh-oh. Rex, you gotta pull him. You gotta pull the boys.
Rex normally pretty solid against the cannon rush.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a later hatch. No, I think he's just planning to give it up. Okay. I think he just goes and takes a third, and he has a pull first with a queen, so it's not as bad. He's building a spine. Oh, because he's saying, oh, guess what? I'll just let it finish. Your cannons aren't in range of the hatchery. You have to cancel the pylon to get cannons that are closer to me.
Yeah.
And then the Zerglings can come down. Oh, okay, very cute. Oh, but extra pylon blocks. The drone is trapped in there with the probe. Kill the probe, kill the probe, kill the probe. The drone beats the probe in a fight. Oh no, he's attacking the cannon. Bad choice for Rex. He could have beat that probe before the cannon finished. But now, oh, okay, he's gonna have to cancel the hatchery, and Rex a little bit. I mean, he's got 2 spines. Is 2 enough to take down the many cannons? I think Haas is gonna go like 5 cannons here.
All right, well, 2 spines coming in from the high ground. Actually, the second one's not quite finished yet. Queen coming to assist as well. She'll, I'm surprised she's not in range of the cannon, maybe just slightly out.
Oh, the Zerglings pulled home. Is there a cannon at home? There's no cannon for Haas at home, and yet he pulled his Lings home. Oh, I feel like he needed those Lings on the other side. The Zealot is here. Oh my god, the spines are trying to go in, but 2 spines is not enough, Maynard. They are getting focused down. Haas has this in the bag. The spines are completely dead. The cannons are just absolutely murdering all the range damage.
That's it, man. And that spine's just not useful. The Queen's just dropping creep because what else can they do? All they can do is poop, Pig. All they can do is poop.
No, this is a very odd response. The spine crawler response here did not work out. I can see what he was thinking, but I think it's just the creep comes up too late off the pool before hatchery. And as a result, Haas is able to crack it. Rex now having to go to plan C. And you can see these Zerglings. Remember, he could have had 4 Zerglings working on Haas Forge in his wall already. But he was worried about the Adept behind it, of course, so he didn't want to lose them to that. And just the wrong response for Rex in this game. If he pulled down 5 drones when he saw that probe, he could have broke through the pylons. And with the Zerglings coming behind it, definitely defended this and been in a good spot. But he did underreact here, thinking just having early Zerglings would be enough. But Haas, the master of building placement, says, nope, nowhere to go, buddy.
Yeah. Brutal position here for Rex. Very much against the ropes, thanks to Haas's attack, and also a little bit thanks to himself for kind of mismanaging the defense as well back at home. And we do have the Stargate as a follow-up here for Rex, for Haas, rather.
I wouldn't count Rex out yet, just because of the way the last 2 games went. But he's definitely in a very weak position because he can kill the front pylon if he moves that spine up, but he can't kill the one in the back. So the cannons in the battery are just going to remain there until he has Ravagers out. And that means, like, any moment Haas wants to, warp in Zealots, warp in Adepts there, warp in a DT maybe later. All problems for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just, it's dug in like a tick, and to pull it out is painful. It's going to go for the Roaches right now as a surefire way to bust through that. Eventually, it just takes a while to get there. And obviously with the Stargate, opens up potential for Haas to harass Rex even further. Even if Rex is only on 1 or 2 bases, you can get a lot done with the Stargate.
Remember the way Rex came back versus Butter Always on game 2 on Pride of Altaris? I think he's thinking of that. He's like, I make a bunch of Ravager Ling, and then maybe you just don't notice it, and it comes in from a surprising angle. It's such a gamble, though. Actually, I guess he just realizes that no matter what, Haas was going to warp into depths here ASAP. So fair enough. No, Ravagers is the right call. It's exactly what he needs.
Yeah, Roaches are on the way. There's that Void right now. I think he made an Oracle as well, right? Was that Oracle into Void, or did he cancel it?
Yeah. Spore is weirdly placed in the main, and I don't think it's finished in the 3rd yet. Uh-oh. Any drones going down would be huge. Tries to hide the units. Ooh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, deadly.
Yeah, Oracle gets out of there too. Brutal.
Look at that worker disparity, dude.
Yeah, it's massive. 13 in favor of Haas.
Oh, man, gonna go Skytelstrom here. Second Stargate is on the way. Oh, Overlord on the high ground gets spotted by the Stargate. Almost goes down. Adepts dive in after the drones. Even more workers going down. Oh, Rex is in a disastrous position in this game. Haas, he's such a cheeky bugger, Maynard, but he's managed to once again get a huge lead off this cannon rush. And this time he's not dying to no Nidus Worm. He's going to go Mass Oracles. Oh, this is going to be... when you have this little economy, Mass Oracle feels like it's impossible. There's nothing you can do to it.
I've missed the old Mass Oracle meme beam. Remember those days? Zerg was upset about that instead of the other thing.
30 disco balls spamming their lasers from above, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, even a Ravager goes down to a cannon. Void Ray comes in, finishes the Overlord. Can't even clear these batteries and cannons out. Haas keeping Rex so uncomfortable in this game. Void Ray's going to fight the Queen. Adept's going into the main base at the same time. Oh my god, Rex. Yeah, he's getting toast. His main slaughtered.
He is toast. GG. Went out with a bit of a whimper instead of a bang, but Haas finishing the game with 69 supply, getting ready for nice.